Shalom. All right, this is your brother Samak with another lesson. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Divine is to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings and salutations to the elect. All right, so with today's lesson, I want to talk about, the power of prayer. Right, the power, not slacking, not the power of prayer, but the power of reading. Okay, and when you want to obtain wisdom and knowledge, right, the Most High will give it to you in multiple ways, right? Typically, the Most High will put you through experiences, but knowledge is what you read, what you consume, right? This is knowledge. You watch a brother lesson, they teach you something, that's knowledge. You read something, you read the words, you hear, you understand it, whatever, you meditate on it, that's knowledge. The wisdom comes into play when that knowledge is put to test, right? Wisdom is applied knowledge. So the Most High, essentially, when you pray for wisdom or strength or whatever, the Most High will put you through experiences. All right, He'll put you through. You pray for strength, right? The Most High will put you He'll put you in front of a challenge to overcome, right? A difficult challenge. You pray for courage, the Most High will put you in a fearful situation. All right, you pray for faith, the Most High will put you in a situation where it doesn't feel like you're going to make it out. But each time, the Most High delivers you out of it. But the point is, through those experiences, you gain, that knowledge is applied and perfected, if you will, right? Or refined. I don't want to say refined. It's refined because now you have a greater understanding and comprehension of that information that you knew. So when we read the scriptures, we're feeding our mind and our spirit, and we're feeding ourselves with information and knowledge. And it's beautiful because when you pray for wisdom, the Most High wants to see what you do first and foremost, man. A lot of times the Most High wants to say, okay, you want wisdom, but are you going to seek knowledge? That's the first step to obtaining wisdom, right? We know that the fear of the Lord, right, essentially is the beginning of knowledge, the beginning of wisdom, right? That's the first step. The second step, right, because obviously it takes fear for you to pray into the Heavenly Father, right? You have to fear the Most High to send up a request and beg Him for wisdom, right? So that's the first step. Then after that, the Most High wants to see, all right, what are you going to do to obtain knowledge? If I pray to the Most High to give me wisdom on, money management, let's just say, right? It's better in my finances so that I'm not struggling, whatever, right? I'm just using that as an example. Guess what? It's not just going to happen where I'm just going to snap my finger, wake up in the morning, and I'm like, I know exactly how I'm going to manage my finances. No, what it's going to take, it's going to take application. It's going to take, all right, let me go do some research on different strategies, and let me go look into my bills, and let me see what I'm spending. Let me see how much I'm making. Let me see where I can cut, or let me see what I can cut and how I can make more money. You know what I mean? Like, how can I maneuver this? That's the first step. That's the first step. Then after that, then guess what happened? The Most High is going to put you in a situation like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna fuck him up a little bit, and I'm gonna have his money tight. And now his money's going to be so tight that if he manages his money correctly, he'll be able to handle his responsibilities and take care of this shit. But if he slacks off and louches and, frivolously spends, then he's not going to obtain nothing. So that's how it is, all right? If you pray for discernment, well, guess what the Most High is going to do? The Most High is going to put people in your life that seem a little shady, or he's going to put new people in your life, and they're going to speak on things that now you think like, okay, it sounds a little too good to be true, right? And some things are too good to be true, right? But guess what? That's where you have to have discernment, right? You always, and this is why it's so important to read, because when you read, you get information, man. Like, you're not just going to wake up with knowledge, bro. It don't work like that. No, the Most High is going to refine and exercise your information, your knowledge. You first and foremost have to seek it. All right, Revelations 1, chapter 1, verse 3. All All right, it says, blessed is the man that readeth. All right. James, all right, it says, you know, if you lack wisdom, I think it's James 1, maybe verse 5. If you lack wisdom, all right, seek it. Seek the Most High. Pray to the Most High, and He will give it to you. He give it to men liberally, man. He gives wisdom unto men liberally. Those that genuinely ask for it, all right? Not you people that, you know, you wavering. You know, you don't know whether or not you really want wisdom or not, because when you come, and this is why it's so important to know these things, because when you know the scriptures, when you get put forth into a situation, what is the first thing that you think of? You think of the scriptures. All right, Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. And this is coming into, and that scripture is multifaceted, meaning it can be applied to different scenarios. It can be applied to today. It can be applied to tomorrow. It can be applied to Jacob's trouble, all right, and so on and so forth. Because when you come to know the truth and you obtain knowledge and wisdom, all right, that's what keeps you stable. That's what, because we live in a wicked world. There's wickedness all around us. There's lust and temptation at every corner, every turn. And we have to fight daily in order to overcome those things, right? Because a lot of times, you know, that old man will have you wanting to do certain things, man. And not necessarily saying that, you know, the things you want to do, it has you wanting to do it are sins, but like, you also have to understand that the life that we live now is virtually different than the life we lived when we were in the world. Although we may still do a lot of the same things that we did in the world, meaning like when we were in the world, obviously things that are not unlawful, but we do things in a different spirit. All right, like we work, but we work in a different spirit. All right, brothers may have families, but now you raise your family in a different spirit. Brothers may spend time with their, you know, with their mother, father, siblings that are not in the truth, which we did that before we were in the truth. But guess what? Now we do it, but we do it in a different spirit. Even if brothers, you know, go over to family during the so-called holidays, like, you know, whatever, the 4th of July, you know, your family's having a cookout. You know what I mean? Once upon a time, we did that in a different, you know, in a one mentality, but now we'll go, but we're in a completely different spirit, man. So when you come to this truth, you know, a lot of times you have to realize that you're going to be put forth and stuff is going to come your way, man. Satan is going to tempt you at every corner. And you have to be spiritually sound and discern to be able to realize when some things are temptation that are good, are bad for you, and when some things are good for you. Because not all things that come your way that may seem good are good. Not everything that glitters is gold. All right, opportunities may present themselves in a beautiful manner, but when you really look into it, it's really going to ultimately be detrimental unto your progression in the truth and your path of endurance. Because right now we're really enduring. We're seeing the prophecies come to pass. We're at a time where the Most High is speaking, and He's making very known, all right, that He's getting ready to bring His Son's second coming. You know. And you don't want to be, that's why it says, like, discerning the times, like what manner of conversation ought you to be in. And we go into the word conversation, it goes into conduct. All right, how are you conducting yourself? All right, you should be conducting yourself in a manner that leadeth unto life. All right, and what is that leadeth unto life? The scriptures, the word. So get the word, man. This is why, you know, me and the brothers in my camp, you know, we've been instituting you know, pretty much, I don't want to say mandatory readings, but camp readings. All right, we all pick, you know, we pick a book and we read it, and we hold each other accountable by making sure brothers post them reading, like whether, you know, post a picture of you reading, like a picture of your book, or if you're reading off your phone, take a screenshot. This is just to hold each other accountable, because I may have been going through my day, and you know, it happens. You go through your day and it might slip you. And at the end of the day, you done got off work, you tired, you relaxing, chilling, and you might have forgot to do your reading. But then you see a brother send a text, like, you know, you show him reading the scripture, you're like, damn. And then it gets you in check. So this is how we build together, we're a body. But the beauty in reading is that, watching lessons are great. You can be very edified because you can hear different perspectives. But there's nothing like opening your sword, flipping through the pages, reading, and really like taking in and consuming that information, man. And then it's also good to go back and reread, man, especially things that you might have read and you're like, damn, this shit hot. Go back and read it again 2-3 times, man. This is how you're going to grow. This is how you're going to be in the best position possible when Jacob's trouble comes, because we're not going to have access to the internet when Jacob's trouble comes. You're not going to be able to go to YouTube and search a specific topic that you need enlightenment on. You're not going to be able to be in a down spirit and go on YouTube and the Most High, he manifests a brother video on your feed, top of your feed, that is pretty much going into the very thing that you're experiencing. That's not going to happen. So during those times, you're going to be relying off of your faith and your faith alone, man. And obviously your faith goes into your wisdom and your knowledge. So this is the time now. We're in the time where brothers should really be diving into their word, man. Really diving into the readings and really understanding the prophecies. Understanding, it's really important to go into the history of our ancestors. And when I say history, I mean, look at Hebrews the 11th chapter. Hebrews the 11th chapter goes into many different of our men of our forefathers and their faith. Read about those men, all right? Read about Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. Go through Genesis, all right? Read about Job. Read about Noah, all right? Read about Joshua and Daniel and so on and so forth, all right? Read these scriptures. Read about David. Read about Solomon, all right? Go through Kings. Go through Judges, all right? Definitely go through Proverbs and Psalms. Ecclesiasticus, right, or Sirach, Wisdom of Solomon. All right, those are the scriptures that are going to keep you sharp in the mind because they're wisdom scriptures. King Solomon, Proverbs, Wisdom of Solomon, Ecclesiastes, Ecclesiasticus, Psalm, it's fire, man. It's straight heat. And if you really want to progress in your walk and show yourself a man, right, like the book of 1 Kings when David charged Solomon, to show yourself a man, all right, you got to read. You got to consume this knowledge, man. You got to consume it for yourself. And then after you read something, then you could go on, you think up and ponder on it, but then you go on YouTube and you look up that chapter and whatever and see if a brother did a breakdown on it, or see if a brother just did a lesson on it to share his thoughts. And then you can kind of ping pong off of each other. Then you can build off of another brother, man. And a brother might have a perspective that resonates with your spirit. Give you a different outlook that you might not have had before, all right? So that's pretty much the point, all right? Focus on your readings, man. Dive into your sword, man. Now is the time, because it's going to come into a time, all right, where it's going to be a famine of the word, and you're going to hope that you were diving into your scriptures now when you had liberty and you still had the ability to use the internet to get enlightenment on those scriptures. All right. So, Lord willing, this video is edifying. All praise to Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the elders and apostles. Shalom to the elect.